everyone, this is Greg here from London Bridge Bricks. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. Welcome to my session of 2x2, where I'll be joined by my good friends, Brick Hive, Coconut Studios, and of course, Solo Brick Builder, where for the next hour, we're going to be talking about all things Lego, from sets coming out in the new year to stuff that we've been building during December, and looking back at some of our favourite sets and minifigures of 2020. Then we're going to whiz around the panel and find out what's coming up from each and every one of our channels during January. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, so during this segment there, we're going to be talking about some news that's come up during the month of December. And I think one of the biggest and best things to come out of December is a couple of news stories. And we'll start off, I think, with CMF 21, which, of course, as of tomorrow, New Year's Day, you can go out and buy one if you're lucky enough to be able to leave your house, that is. So, guys, what do we reckon of the new CMF 21 series? There's some good ones in there, some bad ones in there, like there always is. But of course, there's a little bit of controversy on how many have actually come out for 21, the CMF 21s. And I just wonder what you guys thought about them as well. So I think I'll start off with Solo Brick Builder. What do you reckon?
I'm not the biggest collector of the CMF ones, but this wave looks pretty cool. It is a bit of a shame there's not as many as what there once was. It's a bit of a shame. But I'm going to let one of my panel up here to discuss one of them. But I really, really like the look of that, the dancing girl at the back there with a big fluffy hat on going on there. I quite like the look of that. Don't ask me why, but it looks really, really cool. I must admit, it's a very, quite a colourful, very playful CMF one that we're getting this time. It does look pretty sweet. And also you've got that nice little dolphin there. So it's very much a nice, colourful kind of thing, but it's a shame there's not more of them. It is a shame, but,
Did you are you a fan of the Notting Hill Carnival? Is that why you particularly like that one?
Yeah. I mean, that's a very colourful carnival as well, and it's a very loud and very vibrant thing. So it probably might be why, actually, to be fair. I mean, to be honest, there's not a lot. I mean, probably a lot of people might want to be going for that little pug there one as well, because that looks pretty cute, actually. I can imagine that might go down pretty well with quite a lot of people. It's generally pretty nice, all-rounder kind of thing that they've got going on here. But I can't really complain too much about what they've got going on here. They've got everything from police to your fancy dress thing to parades to swimming with a dolphin by the looks of it. That's pretty cool. It is very much a very cool little thing that they got going on here. So
you got the dancer then. I think the dancer is quite an interesting one to go for. I think it's going to be pretty obvious what Hive's going to go for. Yeah. Hive, which one do you think is your favourite one?
You know, I know it's so obvious. The beekeeper. Look, I think they're all great. You know, I think every one of them is pretty unique, and I've never really had any beef with any of the CMFs. I just like some more than others. But the thing obviously that's different about this waiver is there's less of them. So they only made 12 compared to, what is it normally? 16?
16.
Yeah. So and of course this is the second year now we've gotten the $5 price range as well. So I don't know what's going on, I don't know why exactly, they changed the number, but as far as the figures themselves, man, they're great. And the beekeeper is definitely one of my favorites. I really like that ladybug one too, because I really love the costumed CMFs. It's good stuff. Yeah. Hopefully next year we'll get a Star Wars CMF line.
You never know. I felt like we got a CMF series when we bought Mos Eisley this year.
Right?
A series of figures. It was awesome. That was like a Star Wars collection in one go. It really was. What about you, Coconut? I don't know if you really collect CMF series, but can you appreciate any of them that are in this particular collection?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Solo. Not really a huge collector of this. However, I was kind of looking over them, and there are a couple that caught my eye, especially that little alien in the orange jumpsuit in the back. I like him. I feel like he would go good in like a Star Wars mock or something. And you don't get a whole lot of alien like creatures in Lego. even for Lego Star Wars, surprisingly. And so I thought that was really cool that they're branching out. But the rest of them do look pretty interesting. I like that little Mayan in the back too. They've got like the sweet headdress and like the weapon and stuff. So overall, like I don't pay too much attention to CMF, but these look pretty cool, like pretty impressive. Like if I were to get any, it would probably be from this line.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there's a couple of good ones in there. I like the dolphin trainer. I think that one's just good, just for the sheer fact that it comes with loads of other elements. It's got that dolphin in it, which is, that's a pretty good mold for a collectible minifigure series. I love the beekeeper. That comes with a fantastic print of like a hive, a honeycomb hive. I think that's pretty good. The Centauri is pretty cool as well. The Castaway is even quite funny because if you look at the bottle, there's a tiny little message in that bottle. And I don't know. I like the detail. Maybe I wish there was some more. But then saying that, the collectible minifigure series is kind of becoming more and more expensive because they're at £3.50 here in the UK, and I believe they're $5 in America per figure. You've only got to buy a few of those, and if you've got duplicates, you've got yourself you've wasted $15-20 quite quickly, quite easily on duplicates. But anyway, so that's the collectible minifigure series, folks. Number 21 in the series. But let us know, please, down in the comments below what you lovely lot out there think about the collectible minifigure series of this one. Are you a fan? Do you not like it? Are you going to go and buy it, or are you going to wait for a couple of months and see if it actually hits the sales and discounts? I know we all like collecting stuff when it's slightly discounted. But let us know what you think down in the comments below. So next big news article that I felt for December was the LEGO Ideas. LEGO Ideas rejects. Now, I'm a big fan of LEGO Ideas, and I'm pretty sure the panel are as well. And again, you lovely lot out there, I'm sure you are too. But I'm interested in this particular story because Lego Bricklink, as I call it now, I call it Lego Bricklink. I don't call it Bricklink anymore. It's more like Lego Bricklink. In the acquisition of Bricklink, one of these new ideas that they've come up with, if you pardon the pun, is rejected Lego Idea set and palming that off onto Lego Ideas itself on Bricklink. So non-IP stuff. So we won't be getting stuff like the Futurama, and we won't be getting stuff like Thunderbirds or anything like that, or Chi Chi Bang Bang. We was big fans of that car. So we won't ever get that, but we will be getting other sets as well. So I'm interested to know, who should we go to? Coconut. What is there any particular sets that have come out that have been rejected that you sort of think, I maybe wouldn't mind getting that, because this is kind of bordering on those mocks, isn't it?
Yeah. There were a couple for me. One in particular was the Lego Viking Longship. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but forever ago, Lego did their Viking line. I don't remember how long it went, but I had a decent amount of those, and I thought they were incredible. I'm a huge fan of Vikings, Viking lore, Viking history, and all that stuff. And so as soon as I saw that little boat, I was like, oh, that would be a perfect little display piece, something to go on my desk, something I could really easily put in a mock. And it's not the biggest build, it's not the fanciest thing, but it kind of caught my eye, partially for nostalgia of the old Viking stuff, and partially just because I like, Viking boats and stuff like that. And I think they did a pretty good job. So that's definitely one I would pick up.
Yeah, that's a good shout. That sounds brilliant. And of course, in the last CMF series, folks, there was a Viking in that one. So what about you, Darren? What do you reckon of the rejected Lego Idea sets?
I think this is an absolutely brilliant idea, because it's also given the ones that, another shot at these guys to have another little crack at it. I mean, I was like having a look through it, and I was trying to push my brain back, and that must be why I'm interested, like how the human anatomy works and all that kind of stuff. And there's one that I did like think in the back of my mind that they actually done a minifigure split in half, and then you have like the skeleton on the inside of a minifigure.
Oh, it's a massive one. Yeah,
it was huge. It was massive, but I was like, that would be so good. It's not only is it must be a really fun, very complicated build, but also educational. That's ultimately what Lego's all about. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So that's,
was that called like mini anatomy or something like that?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, really, really cool. It was really. Nice.
They spent a long time figuring out how they could do that one. I remember when they come to the time when they announced which ones haven't been rejected and that have gone through and are going to go on to be designed by Lego designers and then made into a real set. But that particular set, they had to wait like a few more months. I think it actually ended up being 6 months before anyone knew what was going to happen with it. And
I mean, there was another one that was like that as well. I think it was like Mini Yellow or something like that, where he's like burst himself open as Lego bricks just kind of coming out of him. That was so cool. Runs through our veins, literally open yourself up. It was great.
That's brilliant. What about you, Hive? Which ones would you possibly like to see made?
Well, I think honestly, one of the 10,000 supporters that didn't get approved, the one that I really liked, it's called Ruined House. And it doesn't pop out like with colors or anything. It's actually kind of bland looking with the color department, but it's just something about it, the way they did the structure of the bricks and the building, and then the put like the tile pieces over the brick, so it looks like it was plaster that started coming off, and and then there's like a gate with the stones around it. It's a really, really awesome looking build. And for me, a lot of these idea sets and stuff, sometimes it's for display purposes, but other times I just find like something that would look good either in my city or the forest. And that just looks like something that would look so cool just sitting in the forest, with other trees around it and everything. But yeah, just a very, very cool build.
Yeah, that's a good shout. And of course, all of us are going for something quite different. Now, I've got two favorites from this particular one. One of them is the Modular Arcade, which kind of takes me back to the stranger days, back into the 80s, where we didn't have consoles back in the day, folks. We didn't even have internet back then. It was all down to going to an arcade machine and playing Space Invaders. So I like that, and I'm really getting into the modular side of things because of my Lego city. So if anything even resembles a modular, I'm going to pop it into my city. But the one I really, really want, and I've seen it mocked into being like an X-wing and TIE fighter, is the Pursuit of Fly. I think. Especially when it's motorized as well, because you get this kind of this motion of it going like that. And I thought an X-wing TIE fighter in hot pursuit of each other that would be so cool. So I would love to see that. I really would. So yeah, they're what we think. Which ones we would like to see made into real Lego sets, folks. But of course, logistically, we don't know how they're going to actually accomplish this at the moment. It's could it just be instructions and then you kind of source it through Bricklink itself, or are they going to do what they did before, where they go through the Bricklink designer program and box it up and make it into a fairly professional representation of a Lego set? Who knows? Because I missed out on that particularly last time around, especially for stuff like the antique fire engine. I really wanted that. I just never got around to getting it, and of course they're all sold out now, I think, anyway. But let us know, of course, down in the comments below what you think about these stories, as always, folks, and throw us some questions our way as well. Okay, so during this part of 2x2, we're going to be taking a look at some mocks and some Lego ideas that have come across our radar over the last 4 weeks or so. Now, the four of us here on the panel, we're actually quite big Star Wars fans. Don't know if you know that, but you know now. This particular mock that I really like has actually been around for quite some time. And after watching the last episode of The Mandalorian, this particular one resonated with me even more. Now it's by a designer called Lego 7, and I believe it's called the Power of the Dark Side, and I love it to bits, so I really do. Where should I go to first? I think I'll start with Coconut Brick Studios. Coconut, what do you think about this particular mock from Lego 7?
Oh man, like where to begin? So first off, I just think it's very well named. Like of all the names this person could have picked, I think the Power of the Dark Side is it's the perfect name. You've got a huge Darth Vader statue. You've got, Emperor Palpatine, stormtroopers. You've got like the bottom side of the Death Star, which is actually holding up the mock itself. So just, I don't know, kind of really captures like the true might of the Empire, because I think sometimes, especially for me, I get so caught up in the story of Star Wars that I forget like how powerful the Empire actually was. They were a galactic empire. And so I think this mock really helps capture that. And I think what stood out to me the most, though, is the Darth Vader statue, just because I think it's so hard to build facial features in Lego. I've been recently working on the Lego helmets. I got the Boba Fett for Christmas, and I just built the Stormtrooper one last week. And it's tough. It's like tough to get the right facial features, the right angles, and all that stuff. But he nailed it, especially for 4 years ago. Like it would make more sense now if all of we've had the busts come out, we've had the helmets. We've seen a lot of people do helmets before, but this guy was before his time, really. You were really seeing stuff like this back then. And so I think it's incredible that he just nailed it and did such a good job that long ago.
And I love the fact that you've got Vader holding Luke in his hands. But of course, the roles completely reversed after Empire Strikes, or rather, I should say, the Return of the Jedi. And you've even got like a little scene in there as well where the Emperor's being guarded by the Red Royal Guards. I think that's quite sort of prominent. And there's so much going on in there. I think it's brilliant. What about you, Sarah? What's your take on it?
For me personally, I would actually switch that Luke out for Empire Strikes Back one. I think that makes a lot more sense because let's face it, Vader was a lot more of the daddy kind of controlling everything in that one. But I think overall, it's a phenomenal set. Like all the way right around the Death Star. You got like the chase of X-wings trying to defend the Death Star underneath it, holding it all up. Then obviously you got like almost like the interior of the Death Star on one side of it, and then a slightly bigger fight where Vader's hunting down the X-wing on the other side of it, and then obviously
there's so much storytelling going on in this.
Right,
it really features little bits of aspects of story from Star Wars: New Hope as well.
Yeah, and then obviously having like the most iconic Sith or the most iconic bad guy in history just looming over the entire thing. It's amazing. You got to see it to believe it, and you will be, but it's great.
You will be by the magic of video editing, folks. You will.
But yeah, it's definitely. I would love to see this on someone's desk. I definitely would love to see it on my counter anyway. So cool.
Yeah, I'd rather that than the Colosseum, that's for sure. Yeah. What do you think about this? I'm not going to put words into your mouth, but this magnificent mock. What do you reckon about it?
I think it's amazing because I think it shows the aspect of it being like a menacing looking thing, but at the same time, fun and interesting and even slightly funny because look, obviously like the Vader looking down, like that's a menacing, serious looking pose and stuff. But then you got like on the side, I love how the stormtroopers, they're all like in the exact same pose. It almost reminds me like a synchronizing kind of thing, and then of course, then you got like at the bottom, you got like the TIE fighters and X-wings fighting, and it's a very, very interesting looking piece. Yeah. It also reminds me of sometimes you see artwork where you could sit there and look at it for a long time because there's so much stuff, to look at. But yeah, it's an incredible mock.
Yeah, you could kind of keep turning it around every now and then, and you'll see something new that you've never seen before. So I love. There's one thing about the stormtroopers that I spotted. It's the fact that it's the old style stormtroopers. These kind of Family Guy helmets that they're wearing. I think that was kind of like showing its age there. Interestingly enough, though. Are you guys a fan of the new stormtroopers, or do you prefer the older ones where you could literally turn the head left and right? What? It's an interesting question. Let's throw that in there. Darren, what do you reckon about that one?
I wasn't so fussed. I know obviously there's a big outroar about it. I wasn't so fussed. Obviously the detail on it is a lot better. Don't get me wrong. I like the old one because obviously you can turn the heads. But at the same time, for me personally, they just end up on the shelf looking straight ahead. I'm not that really fussed. I'm not, obviously when they walk past it and you see like where the chin kind of goes down over top, it looks a little bit weird, but looking at it face on, didn't really bother me overall.
That's it's one of those. It's one of those controversial ones. To me, it doesn't really bother me too much. No. If anything, I think it's a bit more detail. But of course, let us know what you think down in the comments below, folks. Do you prefer the old Stormtrooper helmets? Would you prefer the new ones? Who knows? But anyway, my personal opinion about this mock, I absolutely love it. The bits I really, really love is a bit like when I was talking about the pursuit of flight and the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter in that. I love the turrets. I love the fact of going down. It's one of my favourite games back in the 80s, I think it was, where you're doing the trench run. It doesn't get much more stressful than doing a trench run. We've got like massive, great big laser cannons, blasting at you, and then you've got a load of TIE fighters coming at you as well with Darth Vader, who looks like he's playing snooker like this or something like that, or one of his joysticks. I don't quite know what he was doing there. Maybe he's just configuring up his firing mechanisms or something like that. So anyway, so that's mock number one. Mock number two, well, it's not really a proper mock. I suppose it is a mock of sorts. It's a LEGO Ideas set. Now this one is done by a chap by the name of Lepra Lego, and I've got to be honest, he's done some great stuff. So please do check down below, folks, because this guy really knows what he's doing. Now, like I said, I'll get into modulars. I thought I'd give it a bit of a hint of London about it as well. And this one is called the Notting Hill Market, and I think it's a beautiful little set. I really, really do. I love the pastiche colours. Yeah. And you know, and this particular market in London. You know, you've got like Leadenhall Market, or Leadenhall Market is Diagon Alley, folks, and then you've got this market, Notting Hill Market, which is featured in, you know, films such as Paddington, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and of course Notting Hill itself. So I love it, and this would fit so beautifully in Legondon, my city. You know, it was made for it. So whatever happens, one day I'll certainly want to be building it, and it's sitting at 5,000 support at the moment, folks. So show it some love, get yourselves over there. Darren, you're a bit of a Londoner on the quiet. What do you think about this?
It's just amazing. I've been to Notting Hill Market quite a few times, and this is just a nice little small part of it. I mean, I don't know whether you've been, Greg, but it's a fantastic market to go to, and just nice little bit that is taken away from it is absolutely brilliant. I hope those shops are still there, to be honest, yeah. But I mean, the colours on it is beautiful. It really is an absolute beautiful colours they've done on it, and even transition it onto the inside of it as well. Even putting like little intricate little bits underneath the stairs as well. It's so cool. It's the detail on it is absolutely brilliant, and I would quite believe that the houses are probably that size in size as well, because they don't look particularly big on the outside of it. But overall, it's a phenomenal set. I mean, yeah, I really can't say too much about it, to be fair. It's very vibrant, very big. Come on, I hope this gets made. I really do, because that would look amazing. And even like the pillars down the side of it as well, you know, it really captures that nice Victorian kind of aspect to it as well. It's so good.
It's 100% spot on. It really is. I mean, there was a LEGO idea set that was rejected, and of course, this has got an IP to it because it's Disney orientated. And that was the Mary Poppins one, and when they did facades on their street as well. That was a good one. Of course, me being a Londoner, folks, I'm going to have an affiliation with this particular set, and it really is like Notting Hill. It absolutely 100% is there.
I mean, the only thing I would ask is like for more vines. I know obviously they've got imitations of the vines going up there, but one of the houses that I have seen down there, where there's one wall just it's just a vine. It's just like it's easy enough to put more on, I know, but yeah, it's super cool.
Who knows what will happen once the LEGO designers get hold of it? But what do you reckon, Mr. Hive? What's your opinion on this particular sort of modular set?
Well, I think it's great, and it really strikes with me because years ago I watched a really good movie called Notting Hill with Hugh Grant, and I think Julia Roberts might have been in it. And you know, it's a romantic comedy movie, so it's something normally I wouldn't have watched. And I don't remember if it was with a girlfriend or whatever I watched it, but it was a really good movie. It was the script, the dialogue, everything about it was really great. But there was a scene where like something happened, they broke up or something happened, and he's walking through Notting Hill Market. And he's walking past like the flowers, but the seasons change behind him, and they play that Bill Withers song, "Ain't No Sunshine." And as soon as I saw that mock, that scene popped in my head, and yeah, it's really, really great. I love the market itself. I love how it's in front of the buildings like that. And yeah, if you have like a city to put that in, dude, and it really gives like either. For over here in America, it gives you like a Main Street kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like something you would see on an old school Main Street. And yeah, it's very comfortable, and it's a really the detail they put in the buildings. Like how like the front were on the first floor, like at the top between the first and second floor, like the lines. I almost want to call it like a crown molding type thing. It's on different levels and it's different colors, and it's just very unique.
Yeah.
I one thing I did forget to mention is like how they've actually managed to get it to curve round as well.
Dude. And on the side with the blue and the white, like it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you reckon, Coconut? What's your thoughts on this particular one? Because I know you might not necessarily be into it, but for someone who amongst our panel is a bit of a mocker, you can really appreciate these kind of builds.
Yeah, I think what I appreciate the most is getting to see stuff I don't normally see. As a Star Wars mock builder, I can kind of lose myself in Star Wars mocks, techniques, and whatever, working on my own projects. And so it's nice to take a step back and to look at something, bright, colorful, and fun. I don't know what color like the actual Notting Hill market is, but I just think he did a really good job of matching the colors, because you can make something very colorful and make it not look good, especially in Lego. But I think he used lots of different colors while still keeping to a similar theme and still making it look very good. But what I enjoyed the most is actually really small detail. It's one of the rooms, and it looks like it's some guy's got like a little video setup in there, kind of like he films his own videos. He's got like a tripod with a video camera. He's got like a little backdrop and a camera. And I don't know, just little stuff like that are what I appreciate the most. Just like fun little Easter eggs, things that really personalize it, because that vibed with me the most, because I'm a Lego YouTuber. I have that same exact room. And
it's got a great interior, man.
Yeah, he's got a really good interior. Couches, TVs, bookshelves, just a really good job. And to have that amount of detail on the inside as well as the outside is very impressive.
Yeah, and the nice thing is with Lepra Lego is, this person must love building, because they've done a fantastic video for it as well, that company. And I tell you what, folks, it completely sucks you in, and you want to be a part of this wonderful, colourful world full of Lego. You really do. So let us know what you think about those Lego ideas sets down. And like I said, folks, get yourselves over there. It's just tipped over 5,000 at the moment. Get yourselves over there. Link for it will be down in the description below, and give it some support. Okay, so this is the time now, this part of the segment where we start talking about what we've been building over the last 4 weeks. And one of my favourite sets that I've been building over the past 4 weeks may be a bit of a surprise to you lot. But anyway, we'll come back to that in a moment. But I think it's time to ask Mr. Hive what he's been building during December 2020 and find out what his favourite set he's built during this month.
Well, last 2x2, I was talking about the Whomping Willow set that I had built. And I didn't think about it too much at first, because I mainly just wanted it for the tree. But once I built the castle part of it, I was just infatuated with getting the rest of the ones that connect to it. So I had gotten the Great Hall, and then I had gotten the clock tower, which the Great Hall was really awesome, but the clock tower I just absolutely love. I love how the clock is placed on it and everything. But I just love, I cleared off, one of my top shelves and started putting all that stuff up there. And now I just got to get the astronomy tower, and I don't know if they're going to make any more in 2021 or not. We'll see. But it's without a doubt my favorite. I think I've done definitely.
How big is that set, Hive?
Just the clock tower itself?
Yeah.
Gosh, it's 3 stories. I mean, it's taller than any of the modulars. When you look at the peak of the towers on top of it. So it's taller than any of the modular buildings I have. I mean, my hospital might get close to it, but my hospital is modified anyway, so it's not like a normal modular.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, cool. All right. And so, Coconut, have you built anything that you thought, that's outstanding? That is. No, I'll mention that during 2x2. What have you built this month, mate?
So I've done a couple things. I built the child stormtrooper helmet, but if we're talking about best build out of December 2020, it's got to be the mock behind me. And here's why. So I've been working on it since September, a good little while. However, I hit some serious burnout with it towards the end of October and into November. And I really didn't enjoy working on it. It wasn't very fun. Just wasn't enjoying myself with it. And so I actually took a month-long break from YouTube, period, as you guys know. And since coming back, I just have had a blast, like working on YouTube. I don't know. Sometimes, you just need to take a step back. I think I was just a little bit too engrossed in it. And so building it has just been a lot of fun. It's been a real big challenge just because I'm working with a few different colors right now. And just, it's gone from just like, building a flat mock on plate to like an engineering feat of like weight displacement, of structural supports, of being able to, build things that are actually load bearing out of Legos, and I've actually had a lot of fun doing that. I've really started to find like the joy of building again, you know, kind of like that spark that we all have with building. And so it's been a lot of fun to work on. I've made a lot of breakthroughs this month as well. If you're interested to see what exactly the breakthroughs were, I do weekly updates every week on my channel, you guys know. So definitely check those out if you want to see what's been going on with Utapau. But I definitely have to say that's been the best build of this month, December, for me.
Brilliant. Nice one, mate. And I've really been enjoying watching you build that. And I'm going to look forward to you watching you finish that one day as well, because it looks, I mean, let's have a look at this, folks. I mean, look at it over there. Literally,
I love those landing pads, man.
I mean, I always said when he came out that Baby Yoda, aka Guru, his name, right, Guru, I always thought, didn't I say so, that he actually looks like he's got the body of a mountainside.
Yeah. Coconuts in him somehow. He's right.
I love the little caves you got in there as well.
Medic. I love it. It looks fantastic, mate. It really does. And you should do some how-to things, videos on, how to build a section of mountainside or something like that.
Yeah, probably should.
Coconut, I think it's important also what you said too, that I think a lot of people should really, really take that to heart, because look, cake can be the best food in the world, but if you eat it every single day, it's not going to have the same appeal. You know what I mean? And I think it's important it doesn't happen to everybody, and it could happen to maybe people at different times, but it is important to not let even stuff you love consume you, because you won't enjoy it as much. You know what I mean? And then it's not any fun, or whatever the case may be. So I think that everybody should definitely, sometimes if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed or frustrated, or whatever it is, taking a little break sometimes is good. You know what I mean?
And I will say this, one last thing. I think one of the biggest fears for me for taking that break was losing so much momentum that I've worked for. I've been on YouTube for 2 years now, and I'm very close to reaching some very important milestones. And so to take that break really killed a lot of momentum. But I will say this about the Lego community: you guys are amazing. Like, I had people rally back around me and just pull me back into the community.
Yeah.
It was truly mind-blowing. It was one of the greatest things that happened to me in 2020. Just seeing how happy everyone was, how welcoming everyone back was. Like, I was able to jump back in without really skipping.
We really are in an amazing community.
I really do appreciate you all. You guys are truly amazing.
It's an awesome community. It really is.
Yeah, dude.
And we're lucky to be a part of it, folks. We really are.
Yeah.
It's a little 2x2 part. But anyway, someone who has daily breakdowns is called Fellow Brick Builder. If anyone deserves a break, it's him. What crazy stuff have you been building during December?
Well, I've definitely noticed myself going a bit technic mad lately, to say the least. To say the least. But I'll probably say my most recent build is probably the McLaren Senna GTR, which is obviously actually a 2021 set, which is a really, really, really nice set, actually. The front end, I'm trying to get around it, but so far, I've got a funny feeling that when I get that Ferrari, that's going to rocket to the top. I've got a funny feeling on that one. But so far, the Technic, I don't know why I'm buying more Technic stuff. I don't know why. People keep telling me I need my head checked out, but doctors have tried that, never works. So far, that Senna's a really, really fun build, and it, I think I've damn near finished it on stream. So I think I all in total about 2.5 hours to actually build it. So it's really nice build.
A mid-level one, isn't it? It's not entry level at all, but it's about 700 parts, something like that, is it?
It's thereabouts. I think it's about 725 parts, I think it is. It's got everything you need, though. It's still got the working steering, well, not working steering, but the front wheels work and the engine. Everything you need from a Technic set, really. It's a nice little ideal kind of set if you really want to kind of get yourself into Technic, or if you just like cars that with all the moving parts to it. It's definitely a good way to start, and it's a good looking set. Just brace yourself, there are a lot of stickers because it's Technic and it's a racing car.
True. Well, that's interesting. It's strange enough, I'm the only one here, folks, that's got something sort of Christmassy that I built I really liked, and like I was saying, it's a gift with purchase, and that's the Charles Dickens tribute, A Christmas Carol. That's set number 40410, And what I love about this set, one, I'm a huge fan of the Christmas Carol. In fact, I was just watching the Disney one the other day, and it was really dark and almost quite uncomfortable to watch at times. But it's a revelational kind of story. And maybe if you don't want to watch too much of a dark and sinister one, maybe watch the Mickey Mouse version of it or something like that. But because you don't want to scare your kids at Christmas or Christmas Eve. Blimey, it's a nightmare as it is. But no, I loved it. I love the design of the book, obviously because being a tribute to Charles Dickens. And then of course you got some fantastic minifigures that come with it, like Tiny Tim, and of course you got Scrooge as well. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I like doing the mantelpiece, the fire section of it, and the construction on top of the book. And the book actually opens up as well. It's like a secret compartment on the binder, which I absolutely loved. I really did. It was kind of like I was going to sell it. I really was, and then I saw it. And I'm like, oh, do you know what? I've got to build that. So that's exactly what I did. But anyway, let us know, obviously, down in the comments below, folks, what you felt and what you built, of course, during December. How many Christmassy things did you build? I must have built about 3 or 4 Christmas trees through December. Anyway, I've got so many spare 1x1 studs, you wouldn't believe. But anyway, as always, folks, let us know down in the comments below what you built and what you thought about what we built as well. I mean, look at your Solo. He's built a 2021 set. And, of course, that doesn't officially really come out until tomorrow. Okay, so during this segment then, it's going to be slightly different to the dog. So I'm going to be asking the panel several different questions. We're going to be talking about builds that we've enjoyed through 2020 and, of course, looking forward to 2021. And we're going to be asking them a question or two from viewers of the podcast as well. So question number 1, I think I'm going to throw this one at Solo. Solo, what was your favourite set that you built during 2020?
It's going to be a bit of a curveball, I think, for a lot of people. But I think for mine, it's going to be hands down the 8080 this year, the 2020 8080. Okay. It was such a fun build. I mean, there was nothing complex about it at all, but it was just, by the time you got it, it's tall, it's menacing, and it comes with, speeder, blaster, and it's an Imperial Walker with Imperial figures in it. Yeah, all right, you get a Luke Skywalker in it, but that's kind of like traditional for them. But to get like minifigure 2 stormtroopers and able to put 3 minifigures in the head as well, and it's durable as anything as well. I mean, you can push that thing over, and probably about the only thing that fall off it is the front guns, and that's only held on by a stud. It's so good, and as a display piece, there's not a bad angle to it. You can put it up high, it still looks good. You put it down low, it still looks good. It's just cleanly built, and it's absolutely brilliant. And I can't really say enough about it, to be honest.
I've got to be honest, folks. I mean, I've got a great big custom version of an AT-AT, but I do fancy buying it simply because I really enjoy watching your review, Solo, of it. And like you said, the durability of it. And it even comes with some, it comes with a speeder or something, doesn't it? Is it like a speeder bike?
You get a speeder. Yeah, you get a speeder and you get the E-Web blaster that all connects inside it. It's just brilliant. It's just an absolutely all-round fun set.
I think I remember watching you build it. I think the thing that was the least fun about that build, I think, was the string, wasn't it?
Yes. Anyone that knows me, I hate that string.
I really thought about taking that thing off.
Yes.
Especially if I don't have Luke connected to it.
Yeah.
It's just like hanging there.
Just hanging there. It's a bit like the part. Actually, you know what? That's a good question. Does Lego string, folks, have an actual part number? I don't know. Let us know. I know there'll be someone out there that knows the answer to that question.
Yeah, I think it does. I think there is an actual part number for it. I believe there is.
That's kind of like this poopy thing that came with the Unikitty for the
disco talking about everyone. Blimey, yeah. This
like, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a Lego set. And I thought there'd be like a bendy like wire in it or something like that, but it's not. It's just literally just this felt cloth.
It looks weird. It looks like one of those things that you put in a bucket of water and then it kind of inflames. It gets even bigger.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. Bonkers. That's what it is, folks. It's bonkers. Is it even such a part called Bonkers? A bit more interesting than 2x2. But anyway, we digest. Let's go. So Mr. Hive then, what's one of your favourite sets? If not the favourite set
Honestly, it'd have to be the Cantina. I mean, that thing is massive. It came with a stupid amount of minifigures, and a handful of them were really awesome, like exclusive type ones. Yeah, I mean, just that whole set. I can't even put into words just how much that set kind of means to me, and I'm so glad they did a great job with it, because I was scared it was going to be like the Bespin set or something like that, and it's not. It looks, dude, if you have it sitting out on a desert mock closed up, it looks so great. Or if you're going to play with it or use it for stop motion stuff like I do, like opening it up and it's got the interior the way, it's such an awesome set. Then it's got like the dewback that came with it, and all these other little side pieces. But I do want to say real quick, I have to give 2 runners up, because the Ecto 1 and that Monkey King mech were also extremely fun builds that were awesome.
I tell you what I liked about the Monkey King mech. And Monkey King, you know, it's a really good theme, folks. But Ninjago's still going strong as far as I'm concerned. It's the building, the fish shop or the sushi shop that came with it. It's a fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's the one Sam wanted off me for so long.
yeah. I'm surprised to see the stops, because it's such a good little build, folks. And honestly, let's go straight into Soho.
That's all I've ever heard about people there. It's like, yeah, the mech's good, but the building.
I know that building, dude.
The irony of that, though, that set is that it comes with a tiny little mech that's got more dexterity than the big main one itself as well. But figures are really cool. And that kid himself, I think, is quite marvelous. And of course, we get the Monkey King with the cloud as well, don't we? In that,
yeah, it was all around really awesome.
It's a pretty good set. But anyway, let us know, of course, in the comments below, folks, what your favourite 3 sets are. Or maybe your favourite one. I don't know. Do you know what? It's one of those questions that you ask someone one day, then you ask them another day, and it's completely different. It depends which way the wind's blowing, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, let's drop down, Sarah. Let's coconut. Now, I know you're mostly a mock guy, so you create your stuff, and it's these amazing, massive mocks that you build. But I know you get the odd set. So out of a few sets that you've bought in 2020, which one would you say you look back on with a little bit of fondness?
Yeah, I'd say probably it's got to be Grogu the Child. Very fun little builds. Enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. And Mrs. Coconut really enjoyed it. So any set she enjoys, I'm definitely going to enjoy, because that means, I get to feel less guilty about buying Lego. But, it was a fun little build. It's nothing special. I'm not like, whoa, this is the best set ever. But yeah, I definitely have to say, it looks cool, especially, I get to put it on my mock and stuff. It looks cool sitting there. So yeah,
it looks like it's a part of your mock as well. It looks like you've built
King of the Mountain.
Instead of the Vader, you've got a baby Grogu now standing over.
It's crazy. You've got literally like a mountain behind you, dude.
I know, right? Well,
I just keep imagining like ships flying down and landing on it, dude.
That's hopefully it'll. Once it's done, it should be probably twice this height. So,
wow, my Lord. That's amazing. Now, is this going to look like something out of Posting Cancers of the Third Kind or something like that? You just get it synthesized going. Well, that's what I do. Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? This is the thing, folks. My favourite set of the year is, of course, I think I'm going to put it down to. And for 2 reasons as well, because I've actually built this with Brick Hive himself, and that is, of course, the Mos Eisley set, and I love it. I love it for all sorts of things. One, I built it with Hive and a whole bunch of peeps that sort of popped in as well during that live stream, and what a live stream that was as well, folks. But it comes with a multitude of figures, and it's 21 minifigures, including Ponda Baba and, of course, Dr. Everson. I think they're pretty good. You get the dewback, which Brick Hive mentioned as well. We've got the 2 speeders, include I think it's an absolutely gorgeous one.
Yeah.
35. I mean, the 335 was fantastic. It looks like a spaceship out of Buck Rogers or something like that.
I saw somebody selling that ship.
Yeah. How much does that go for? Because I think
they're selling for like $30 or something, man.
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, I know it's a lot for just that, but I guess because it's exclusive, I mean.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And of course, what I like about the Mos Eisley set is it's perfect in the sense that you get complete playability with it, folks. You really do, but also as well displayability. It looks absolutely awesome on a shelf. Of course, if you've got a shelf big enough, that is, or one that stay up. But we won't go into that, will we, Solo? So anyway, moving on swiftly. Next question. I really will. What is your favourite minifigure of 2020? So let's dive straight down into Solo and ask him, Solo, what's your favourite minifigure of 2020?
This one probably will come in for a very close second on my favourite set of the year as well, but it is my second favourite. But the best figure out of it is out of the Barracuda Bay set, Redbeard. He was a phenomenally good figure. I mean, all the figures in it are really good, but he was a standout one. I mean, he had some gorgeous printing all the way right around him. His peg leg as well. Yeah, it was so good. I know obviously you could get a slightly knockoff version of it in the 3-in-1 set, but it's not him. It is so good. It is such an awesome figure, and he's such a standout. He really, really cool. He looks so good.
I think that is a good shout. A lot of people like that. I think there's been a lot of love for the pirate or kind of sub-pirate theme this year from Lego, but
I mean the pirates theme for the Lego this year has been really good, especially with the pirate ships. Yeah, if you have the Barracuda Bay or just a 3-in-1 set, they're both really cool.
Very good. A good choice. I like that. Let us know what you think as well, folks. So moving over to Coconut then. Coconut, if there's one thing the child isn't, it's not a minifigure. Or in that form anyway. So you've built, like I said, 1 or 2 sets. Is there any particular favourites that you've got come with those?
I'd say probably my favorite is the 212th Airborne Trooper that came with the Grievous Starfighter. A, because he's going to look great on Utapau, and B, because I think they kind of did the same thing with like the 501st Trooper, kind of like the upgraded legs with like the white torso or with the white waist area, which I think looks really good. And just overall, the detailing on the minifigure, it's not a huge difference from the previous version, but still enough to, I think, make the minifigure look a lot better. And then, of course, you get the new kind of tan angry clone face, which I think is really good looking. It's nice to get some fresh meat with Lego heads, especially with the clone troopers. So that's gonna be my favorite.
Like those angry clones, do we, Jang? Good choice, Coconut. I think he's actually a very, very cool figure. It really is. So let's go north, shall we? My right honourable gentleman here on the right hand side. So hi, what's been one of your, or if you've got the favourite minifigure of 2020 for you, mate?
It was a really tough call. I mean, and like with a lot of these questions, they're definitely tough answers. You know what I mean? But I have to say that the child is probably my favorite, only because it's without a doubt the cutest minifigure that I have. You know, like the buildable statue like that Coconut has. I think that thing is ugly as hell. You know what I mean? But the minifigure, that thing is adorable. So I honestly, that's probably my favorite.
Grogu's doing quite well in this one. So my favourite, opposite to Grogu, we've gone from a tiny little Grogu to a great big bird, as far as I'm concerned, folks. And I do love a big bird, I really do. And that is called Big Bird from Sesame Street. I think it's
a good choice, Craig.
Do you know what? It's just so different to everybody else. Now, the other minifigures that came with Sesame Street is quite, I don't know, a little bit questionable. They're okay. Bert and Ernie's all right. I like them as well. The other ones are a little bit questionable, and Grover is pointless to really. It looks like an olive with a face printed on it. The standout minifigure for me is Big Bird. I had lots of fun with Sesame Street. It will feature somewhere in the Lego City as well. But I think Big Bird is a great one. What I'd like to see from the future, personally speaking, I'd like to see the Count at some point feature, and I think that could happen in maybe a small set. Maybe they could do like a small little Dracula castle or something like that within a minute with lots of numbers, but maybe come along in some sort of educational thing. But yeah, for me, it's Big Bird. So anyway, let's move on to question 3. This is a bit of a funny one as well, folks. So question 3 is, what set came out in 2020 that you would have liked to have got, and maybe will in the future, but you haven't bought yet? Now, I'll kick this one off. For me, it's Ecto 1. I've had chances of buying it, but I've just basically, it'd be a waste of time buying it, folks, because it'd just be something else for the backlog. But I will say this, that is definitely for me the standout set that I will need to buy in 2021. What What about you, Solo? What set do you wish you had bought in 2020?
I'm going to throw in two for 2020 sets. First one is the Batwing, because now I've got the Batmobile. I know I haven't built it yet, but both of those combined, it's going to look brilliant. The other one, because I'm still sulking about, is the Mos Eisley Cantina. I mean, obviously hearing you two talk about it is like, obviously I didn't end up getting it because I couldn't get the lightsaber in the end of it. But was that the one with lightsaber? But anyway, yeah, I really want that. Really want that.
With Yoda's lightsaber, didn't it?
Yes. So yeah, bit gutted on that I didn't get the lightsaber, but I still want that set. The set looks absolutely stunning. So I think that's definitely gonna be a set I'm gonna be picking up 2021. Definitely, because that's so cool. So,
it certainly wasn't a cheap set.
No.
So what about you, Coconut? Then any sets that came out that you sort of think, oh yeah, I must get that in the future? Is there anything out there that remotely looks like or could work with Utah? That's what we want to know.
Brick Link.
I've been trying to think, and I don't know, 2020 wasn't the most interesting year for me for Lego. Maybe I'll end up getting the TIE Fighter, the TIE Pilot helmet, just because I have Boba, I've got the Stormtrooper.
Oh yeah, good shout.
Might as well complete the collection. I think it looks all right too, so it would probably have to be that one.
No, that's a great shout. I think everybody universally likes those Lego helmets. For Christmas, I actually had the Iron Man one bought for me. I still say it looks like he's gurning in it. Iron Man gurney. He's got those.
TIE Fighter one definitely is my favorite out of the bunch.
Yeah, he looks good. I love it, and I'd like to see him next to something like, I don't know, the Batwing. I think he'd look great against that. I really do. But what about you, Brick Hive? What sets come out this year that you thought, I really do need to get that next year?
Hands down, Diagon Alley.
Oh yeah,
I really wish I could have gotten that one, but it was either that or the Cantina. And Star Wars is always going to trump Harry Potter for me. So. Yeah, but I really want that set, and I'm not even sure if it's going to be a feasible thing in 2021 because, I mean, you all know just as well as I do. There's just so much stuff to buy, man, and there's stuff that I don't even know what's coming out yet. I'm like, I know we got UCS Gunship coming out. I think we got 3 UCS things coming out in 2021.
Really? 3? Oh my God, I didn't know about that. I didn't know we've got the Gunship coming out, folks, and tuning in on May the 8th for that, because me and Hive are going to be building that for our 2nd anniversary of our channels. But they put that in your calendars now. But yeah, God, I mean, where else can they throw it? So other than Gunship, I've got no idea.
Yeah, no, I don't clue.
They'll bring out, it'd be crazy, and it's just. All what I will say about 2020, folks, is that Lego have pushed out a lot of Lego sets. They really have, and of course, the world's sold out of Lego. So trying to get is pretty tough. But of course, as of tomorrow, we can get the new modular that comes out the police station. Thank goodness, and hopefully that we'll get it quick enough to get that free car with it as well. That was a Lego Ideas set. So who haven't I asked yet? Have I asked you all? Good stuff. Come around to me then. So what? Yeah, for me it was Ecto 1, and which you already know about, of course. So let's move over to the next question, shall we? And it's going to be this is a bit of an odd one, but anyway, I thought I'd throw it in there because, well, we all make videos, we all stream, we all make videos. We're Lego YouTubers, so I thought I'd ask what has been our favourite video that we've made this year during 2020. So again, let me kick this one off as well, because this one was very community based, and it was London Calling number 9. Which I think was a weekend one, which all my London callings now are Fridays. But anyway, this particular one, number 9, was called the Big Lego Cars one, and it featured. It was just one of those weird ones where we kind of thought we're all going to build big cars, and then as it happens, all the cars that we built actually featured in movies. So it was me with the Mini, you had Hive with the DB5, we had Ninja with the Dodge Charger, Matt Elder was building the 1989 Batmobile, and Solo, I think that was the one where you did the Mustang, wasn't it?
It was the one with the Mustang, yeah. Duke of Death.
Which is a gorgeous car, it really is. And it kind of showed me that this format could work, and the things, and of course, Hive and myself, we've done these sort of similar theme streams since then, and they seem to go down really well. So that for me was one that I really, really liked doing. But what about you, Coconut? Which video or stream or something like that have you done this year that you thought, yeah, I really like that one?
For me, it would have to be my finale of building Naboo. Came out at the beginning of the year, March, so it's been a while. But the reason that one was my favorite is just because I was very proud to have finally finished my first large scale mock, and the video itself is doing pretty well. And so just those two things combined made me feel like, okay, I've kind of arrived into like my channel's purpose, because up until then I had been kind of dabbling in a lot of different things, reviews, speed builds, kind of like your average, Lego YouTuber. And so with the completion of that mock, it was kind of like my first big project had been wrapped up, officially done. And I was like, I really enjoyed that. It did well. So it was very gratifying and just a very special moment for me to be like, wow, this is something that I can do moving forward. I don't have to like scrabble for content. I don't have to like worry like, oh, what am I going to be doing next month? Like, I know what I'm doing now. I know where to kind of take my channel moving forward. So it wasn't so much like, oh, wow, this video did so well, but like, wow, I know what I can do moving forward. So that one was really special to me.
I like it. Okay, what about you, Solo?
Well, for my one's probably something I've just recently set up and started up is my Are You Mocking Me streams. Just get a load of people together and watch a load of YouTubers sweat as they try and build out of a Lego set, turn it into a mock, and I'm super happy with it. And people seem to have a laugh with it. And I have a laugh with it as well. So it's just all round for a bit of fun, bit of laughs, and I think everyone seems to have a laugh doing it. So I'm super happy with it. So
it's very good. I really enjoy it. It's a great idea. I've never seen anyone do it before. I've been in it, folks. I personally should have won my one, but I think there's a big bias. But no, great idea. That's two fantastic ones. It really is, folks. So anyway, last but by no means least, of course, Brick Hive. What's been one of your favourite videos or streams maybe that you've done this year?
Well, I mean, I kind of went ahead and rated it off just what the most fun I had with the video. And honestly, it was our first year anniversary stream. I know it was a two-parter because half of it was your video, but that was such a fun day. And we built the A-Wing, and we had a lot of cool people on, and it was our year anniversary, and it was May the 4th week. It's just the whole experience, just like this year, man. I cannot wait. And I know things, might get changed with plans and stuff, but I mean, it's just it doesn't matter what day it is, you know what I mean? It's just the fact that we'd be celebrating that moment of our anniversary, combined with May the 4th is around in that general time area, and then this year hopefully it should be the UCS Penship. So but yeah, that our first year anniversary was really special to me, and it was a lot of fun. And a really cool. It was my first UCS set also, so just all around a lot of stuff was really cool about that.
Yeah, and the A-Wing is a good set. It's got a few things about it I don't like.
There's definitely some complaints about it. But
it's a good build. It is a good build. But, let us know if you lovely lot out there have got a particular video of ours that you like. Please do let us know. It's cool down in the comments below. You might just turn around and say, well, we like 2x2. We like the format and all that kind of stuff. But, of course, as always, folks, let us know down in the comments below. But anyway, let's move over to a question that we've got from one of our viewers. It's quite a cool YouTube channel, actually, Tech Productions. He asked a question to us all. He says, starting on the top left and working clockwise, that might be reverse on this one. So he says, what's your favourite thing about the next person's channel? So I think, shall I start, and then we'll go to Hive, and then down to Solo, and then round to Coconut?
Yeah, I figured. I think that's the way Tech wanted us to start it.
I think it is Tech, but Tech being Tech is obviously very technical. Does the most technical Disney sets you've ever seen, folks. Honestly, check out his Stitch one that he did recently. It's very cool. That was he did a drop test accidentally on one of our streams.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
He needed a medic after that one, I tell you, folks. So why favourite thing about the next person's channel? So why do I like Brick Hive? One, he wears the most ridiculous T-shirts going on YouTube. He really does, folks. I love that, and do you know what? I love the fact that he was just one of the first YouTubers that I started watching, and I think he's just very down to earth. He's full of humility. He really is, folks. He's full of anger as well, but that's normally at Lego and their customer services when he's just a nice guy. He's very human, and I think I see a lot of myself in him as well, which is why I started the transatlantic live stream with him as well.
Thanks, Greg.
That's my thing. Anyway, check us in the post. Thanks, Brick Hive. Over to you, Brick Hive, before I make myself sick.
So for me, it's solo. Yeah, because we're going around this way. Okay. Well, I got to tell you, and it feels weird because I'm almost, I think, going to pull a little bit from my shout out video I did a long time ago. But look, Solo is really funny. That was one of the things that first stood out to me about Solo. He's just got a great sense of humor. But he's got awesome ideas for stuff, man. Like the Are You Mocking Me? Like his midweek stream is so great. But, the other thing too is I felt almost like a kinship to Solo because he fixes stuff and I fix stuff too. Like, and like our job, Yeah. So, it's not the exact same level because he's, like an engineer and I'm just, like kind of a normal maintenance guy. But I mean, Solo has always been very relatable to me. You know what I mean? He didn't seem like a person that was like so far out of reach. Like, you know what I mean? Like I felt like I could always relate to Solo and he just puts out really good content and really, like I said, fun stuff, man. He's easy person to get along with, man.
He's a fun guy. So
and he's honest, and that's another thing I do love about Solo. When you don't like something, you'll say it.
He's definitely a bit too honest sometimes, maybe.
I figure I've already got that probably.
Over to you, Stella.
Oh, coconut. Well, I mean, you would give my missus a heart attack if I ever had anything like yours on there. If I ever started saying, I'm going to copy coconut, I'm going to start building something like that. Because what you build, man, sometimes gives me inspiration just to kind of go off. And obviously, we roughly started like you and Brick Hive up there. I started roughly the same time. But then seeing coconut go into his mocks, it's just phenomenal and so entertaining to watch. So entertaining to watch. And obviously, we kind of connect as well on a more Star Wars level. I think me and coconut, we could talk for days about Star Wars, just days, So yeah, it's just
that's saying something considering we're all Star Wars fans.
Exactly.
That's why I was calling you two like the two encyclopedias,
Yeah, honestly, but the mocks that you pump out is just so phenomenal and it's so inspirational to see how you come about it, and you don't even hide it as well. Like some of the struggles that you come up with as well, you don't hide it behind there. You don't kind of like push it to one side. It's like, oh no, there you go, there's a wall done. You show people that this was difficult, and I really admire that. And also, you also explain like why you had to take a step back because it was starting to do you in. It's just honesty. So, absolutely brilliant.
Thanks, I appreciate it. So for London Bridge Bricks, I'd have to say there are a couple things. So the first one is I think Greg has just phenomenal production value. Just when I need inspiration, when I think like, okay, what do I need to do to bring my channel to the next level? I go take a look at Greg's channel. I'm like, okay, let's see. I need to do that. I need to do that. And I need to do that. So just from the live streams to the videos to just setting up the 2x2 document for us, just always just on top of everything. Everything is always very well done. I'm always very impressed with that. I don't get to make it to a lot of his streams, unfortunately, because it's right during the middle of my work. But I do like to tune in.
With me, man.
Yeah, they're always fun. There's always, I always expect greatness. I don't ever expect a poor video coming from Greg just because the camera quality is always great, the audio is always great. But more than that is definitely, it's got to be your personality. Just very outgoing. I'm kind of the opposite, very quiet, so I kind of look towards you in that way of like, okay, what do I need to do to kind of like be a little bit more entertaining? Kind of be a little bit more outgoing and just help include and bring people into my community and make them feel at home, build them up. You're always very good at doing that. So those are a couple of things.
That's a lovely thing to say. Thank you. Okay, I'm gushing now, folks. I'm feeling up.
I've always joked about how like I feel like my channel is more like guerrilla warfare, and Greg's is very clean cut, 2001: A Space Odyssey kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? But he is Coconut's right, Greg. You do have an extremely outgoing and friendly personality, man. I mean, it's no surprise, you've gotten as many subs as you have, man. I mean, you're easy to flock to.
Yeah, I just need to know where you get your energy from. I need to take a sample of something. I need something like.
chocolate. That's it, folks. Just eat loads of chocolate and try not to get that really is it. No, it's all about the community, folks. And this is what 2x2 is all about. It's about 4 guys who are quite different in lots of ways, getting together, talking about Lego, talking about the news, talking about some mocks, talking about our things, what we like and stuff like that. And of course, this particular segment is all about getting questions from everybody. And thank you, Tech Productions, for that question. It was quite a mushy one to end the year on, but thank you nonetheless. And then, boys and girls out there have got some questions as well. Please do throw them down in the comments below, or just drop us a message on Instagram or something like that. And we will feature you and your name and your question in the next episode of 2x2. Okay, so that's it for this month, folks. Thank you as always for tuning in. Please do follow us on our social feeds, and please do check our channels down in the description below. Next month's episode will be on Coconut Brick Studios channel. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Now, 2020 has certainly been the strangest year in my life, and let's hope that 2021 is a little bit calmer and a little bit more normal again, shall we? So anyway, from all of us here at 2x2, we want to wish you a very happy new year. So happy new year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
And I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like.
Mm-hmm.